Cast to Dearden on 13. Dearden skies that one, and it's going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, coming down and down and down.
That's a brilliant catch by Clark. That's a fantastic catch.
Graham Clark has ran from mid-on, and he's chased that ball virtually within line of the stumps to within about 3 or 4 yards, maybe 5 yards of the rope at the far end. He's gone after that and he's continued to chase it. Now that's a really difficult catch because that's one of those steepling awful ones that comes over your shoulder, and you're running away from it initially and you're trying to work out what angle you think it's going to come over your shoulder and hand placement, and as it's come over his left hand shoulder, he's taken the catch right in front of his face.
Brilliant catch. Not many tougher than that.
Well, 13, yeah.
Quite a blustery evening here. Yeah. Judged that perfectly, Graham Clark. Great pair of hands.
Maybe the wind's just held that back a little bit there, because initially when he skied that, it looked like it was heading for the sight screen at the far end for 6.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Nelson strikes. 111 for 5. 15.2 overs gone. An important wicket there to break that partnership as Cast comes in again to Ackerman, who again cloths another pull shot. He'll just get one. As Jack Burnham fires in and fires the ball back over the stumps to Stewie Pointer. Again, setting the standards here for Durham in the field.
They had it 37 there.
Yeah, it was a dangerous partnership, that, wasn't it?
Adil Ali's the new batsman.
He's been scoring a lot of runs this year.
Adil Ali?
In the championship, I think, yeah.
This is 18th T20. Cast balls on the end, played off through the covers by Ali, and he nearly slams into Cast as he's running up the other end because he's watching where the ball's gone, as is the bowler. The collision just avoided. His highest score in this format's 35 against Lancashire 2 years ago, and he got 12 against Durham last week.
It's nearly darts-esque, that might be 35.
35. 34. Pass in past the umpire in Cook. Balls played by Ackerman.
Perfect
off
spot.
Towards backward point for 1. More left of this 16th over here on BBC Newcastle. 114 for 5.
Wickets always bring in the slow down the run rate there, but important that Durham try and get rid of Ackerman before the end, or try and get him off strike as much as possible. Yeah, possibly.
His third 50 in a row against Durham in the T20. This Cast balls again, and this is carted away off the toes by Adil Ali for 1. He's gone right up on his toe ends there and cut the ball.
It was a lovely shot, wasn't it?
Hanscom on the point boundary. It was a nice shot. That's the end of the over then. 4 to go. What do we reckon? It's time to get your suggestions in.
Get your predictions in.
Yeah.
So see our old comrade Stuart Dick walking around the boundary with his Luke Bidwell's Durham gear on. Traded in.
Yeah. We've taught Stuart everything he's forgotten. And a bit more.
He took a brilliant photo the other week, didn't he? A video of that slow-mo of Rush's wicket. It was absolute peach.
Was that against Worcestershire? And
yeah.
Cartwheeling out there, right?
Absolute belter.
His bum had gone numb by then because he'd been sitting filming for 45 minutes on slow motion.
As he's about to do now, I think, as Rimington runs away from us here at the Finkel end. And that one's short and slapped away, but straight to Hanscom at deep mid-wicket for 1.
Rimington looked as if he slipped a little bit. He was bowling down there.
Possibly. As Rimington starts his third, he has 1 for 18. We've got good options left at the end. Got 4 seamers and 2 spinners. It does that with short in the team, gives Stuart Pointer lots of options at the death.
Oxford United boss Carl Robinson signing a new 3-year deal.
Fantastic.
Towards the block hole there and played away by Hanscom for 1 up towards mid-off. And the reason I'm telling you that is because Sunderland start their season against them on Saturday.
Okay.
That has come around already. It's August tomorrow.
It's crazy, isn't it? We were just saying that.
How on earth has that happened?
I don't know whether it's because I'm getting older or what, but the years just, and the months and days, they just fly away.
Rimington here has taken none for 19. This is his 3rd over.
It's a good ball.
This is just a nice little play out towards the covers for 1, but he's placed that nicely and taken a bit of the pace off it as well.
Yeah, good delivery from Rimington. 118 for 5 here. So like I said, Leicester will be looking to get up to that 150, 160 mark just to put the Durham batters under a bit of pressure. This isn't a 200 ground.
No. If anything is skied leg side here, we've got issues because the fielders are all now shielding their eyes from the sun, which is low behind the clubhouse roof. It's Remington balls. That's got to be unplayable on height, and it's signalled as a no ball from point. So
I don't think Remington agrees as he collapses to the ground. I think he's a bit stiff there.
Is that the third time this has happened to him today?
Second, I think Cast had one earlier. Yeah. I think he's a bit unlucky there because Ackerman's quite a tall bloke at the striker's end.
Is he still with Washington Remington? Is he?
Yeah, we haven't seen him for a while.
No, he's been back in Durham's first team, hasn't he?
Yeah, for him it's been brilliant. For us, we've definitely missed him. As he bowls a full ball there, and it's clipped out to deep mid on, and they'll come back for two. As Rain had a little bit of work to do to his right.
I think he was trying to slow Yorker there, and it just didn't pitch deep enough, did it?
No, his Yorkers, like we saw, like you mentioned there, he played for us at Washington. His Yorkers are first class. He's very, very good.
Bernard reckons 149 for Leicestershire after 20 overs.
I'll take that, Bernard.
It's about what Durham are quite comfortable chasing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Which is what they scored 2 years ago.
Starting to get a bit itchy anywhere north of that.
He's played towards the mid-wicket area. Hanscom's there, 1 run. Ball left of this over, 123 for 5, so 3 overs to go after this. I think they get a bit more 1-4.
Yeah, you'd normally look to go 10s, wouldn't you, for the last kind of 4 or 5, so that would indicate somewhere north of 150.
149's another 26 in 3 overs.
Yeah, I'll take Bernard's score.
Remington. And
where's that?
That's hot to get away. Adil Ali chops it out towards the covers, and the throw comes inside on, and from Graham Clark misses the target. Didn't have much to aim at. Went flying past the stumps at the bowler's end of the over then. And Ackerman has 39, and at the other end Ali has 5. He got there as well, so they are 124 for 5.
Yeah, he's pulled that one that bad, Ali. It's gone to cover. They've managed to scramble through for a signal. A single. Good thing
I'm just wondering if he's just cutting the ball a little bit, Remington, then. Just taking a bit of the pace off, isn't he? Because the effort that went into that shot as to where it went to, the two didn't really match, did they?
So, at all.
Ali's still on strike though. Potts returns to the action. There's only his second over. That's right, middle stump is played by Ali out of the covers. There's a bit of a slip there, but
Clark's done well, yeah.
Picks himself up. The sun's now quite bright, and it's shining to the left-hand side of us, and it's bathing the pitch in brightness, except one little section where the shadow comes off the clubhouse roof. It's shining off the tiles on the roof as well. This is fully pitched by Potts towards off stump. Ackerman drives it towards long off for 1 run. Fielded by Liam Travaskis.
It's a good little squeeze this from Durham, not going for any boundaries.
Run rate 7.3. It's going about roughly how we predicted in our pre-match video, isn't it? Really?
Something like that. I think we'd seen a game or two before.
Bit of a slower outfield as well after the rain.
Yep.
Potts bowls. Ali cuts hard at that one, and out to the covers it goes. That's a great diving stop there by Clark. 1 run on the discs.
Superman dive. Brilliant effort. Clark's been really good tonight in the field, as has Jack Burnham. Seen a lot of traffic come their way. As we see Remington and Alex Lees discussing, I'm assuming, where to bowl at the Remington's last over.
Ashes starts tomorrow at Edgbaston. Potts comes in and bowls, and that's right in the block hole. They're going to get 2 here, Ackerman. I think he's played it to wide, mid on, and he will get 2. Good running, and Cars fields it. So Ben Stokes is now the England vice captain again after helping them win the World Cup. Joe Root's going to bat at number 3 apparently. No Mark Wood and no Jofra Archer in that starting 11. Joss Butler in there.
Interesting to see that, yeah.
Here comes Potts again, and that's in the air. Oh, and it's escaped the 2 fielders at backward point on the discs. It's gone for 4. It was difficult to follow the track of the ball initially when it left the bat. You tell me what you think he was doing there, because I lost sight of the ball.
He just had there's a bit of width there from Potts and a slower ball. He's got short third man and backward point up in the circle, and he's just looked to elevate that over the top of them, and he's done it successfully.
So you think that was deliberate rather than a
Yeah,
slide?
absolutely. The way he tried to get his hands through the ball really quickly. It's a brilliant shot. Moves on to 46. 133 for 5, 1 ball remaining in the 18th. As Potts comes in and bowls that full, and Ackerman pushes that one out to mid-wicket where they're going to look for 2. And they're not going to take Jack Burnham on because they would have been run out by half a pitch. And that's the end of the 18th. 134 for 5. Ackerman moves on to 47 and has the strike. Adil Ali has a big few overs to come here to see if Leicestershire can get well above the 150 mark. They'll need a couple of big overs. But Ackerman, well set on 47, is probably the man that will look to cash in here at the back of the innings. This is what you want as a batting team. You want one of your batters still in at the death, so you can take advantage of the last few overs. As Remington is going to bowl out, he has none for 26.
Ackerman 47 from 37 balls.
Yeah, he's played well. Played very well. As Remington runs away from us here in the Finkel end, and he bowls that full, and it's slapped down to mid-on where Ben Rain will do the fielding, and he does well and prevents the second run. That's important, that, for Durham. They want to keep Ackerman away from the strike as much as possible. That was excellent fielding by Ben Rain down here right in front of us at long on, preventing a second run. A good round of applause here from a pretty healthy crowd again here tonight at the Riverside.
So just a reminder, Ackerman last week 58 against Durham, last season here in a losing cause 74, which is his highest Leicestershire score, and he's on 48 now from 38 balls.
And again, just taking a bit of time out of the game there to just do his shoelaces up.
It's a time 7:36, cut off 7:47.
Yeah, got plenty of time. As Remington comes in and he bowls in, middle stump has disappeared. A little off-speed ball there from Remington, running his fingers over that one. Ali slogging away, trying to hit that on the leg side. He's lost his middle stump. Gone. 135 for 6. Important wickets here. Durham keep chipping away. If I can keep Ackerman off strike as well, which is really important. Remington picks up his first. He has 1 for 27 in his last over. 10 balls remaining in the innings as Callum Parkinson joins Colin Ackerman out in the middle. I think it's Callum Parkinson. Yeah. It's quite hard to see.
He was one of the hat-trick balls the other day. Dida Clanton and Chris Wright went LBW. First ball to Potts.
Good effort for that from Matty Potts. Picking up a hat-trick down at Grace Road the other day.
Sad news from the cricket world today following the death of Malcolm Nash, the former Glamorgan player, and one who got hit for 6 sixes by Sir Garfield Sobers in Swansea. 135 for 6. Remington then coming in now to bowl, and this is played up to Clark in the covers, and that is Parkinson off the mark. Callum Parkinson, his brother, twin brother Matt, took 3 for 30 for Lancashire against Durham last week.
One's right arm leg spin. Callum bowls left arm orthodox, doesn't he? Left arm spin. Very talented Matt. As Remington runs away from us, and he bowls that short, and it's cut away. And Burnham runs around the outfield, picks that up. Parkinson's going to come back for 3 here as Remington shields himself from the sun, and that brings up 50 for Ackerman, who's played brilliantly there. He moves on to 51 not out. Leicestershire 139 for 6.
Ackerman 50 and 39 balls and 4 fours.
And gets a generous round of applause from the Durham crowd. But he's played well and kept Leicestershire well and truly in this game, because without him I think they'd have been in lots of trouble.
That is his 13th 50.
So Remington bowls that one off speed and slapped back at him by Parkinson. He does the fielding. It's a good bit of work by Remington. He has 1 ball remaining in his 4th over. He has so far as 1 for 31. Leicestershire 100. And the ideal scenario here for Durham is if Parkinson manages to get a 1 and get off strike and keep Ackerman at the non-striker's end. As Remington turns away from us to bowl the last ball of his spell, as he bustles in. And he bowls that one short, and it's straight through to the keeper for a dot. Remington finishes with 1 for 31 off his 4. Leicestershire 139 for 6. 1 over remaining. This is where Durham have done quite well to try and keep them under that 150 mark. And Leicestershire will have Ackerman, who has just reached his 50 there. Was it 39 balls, Marty, did you say? Yeah, has played brilliantly tonight. He's on strike, so from Leicestershire's point of view, they'll be happy that he can start off this final over, which is going to be bowled by Matthew Potts, as we just see some clouds roll in and cover the sun. But again, the lights haven't even been switched on yet, as Potts charges in towards us and bowls a full Yorker, which is hit out to long on. If they come back, he's managed to get back there. That's a brilliant bit of running. I thought he was gone there, but Ackerman will be definitely blowing. As one short. Yeah, I thought there was something just didn't look right there. Parkinson was the one who was run one short. He looked far too comfortable in getting back there, so a good bit of news for Durham. Bad news is that Ackerman is still on strike as Potts charges in again, and he bowls this one short, and that's carved away over point, and that is absolutely brilliantly caught by Peter Hanscom, diving his way to his left in the sun, although he does have a pair of sunglasses on his hat and isn't wearing them, which is similar to most Durham fielders actually at the moment. But what a phenomenal catch that was. Just a short ball from Potts, short and wide, and slapped away from Ackerman, who probably thought that was four. But Pete Hanscom has run around and dived full stretch to his left and plucked a beautiful catch. You get the chance to watch highlights of that one anywhere. Don't miss it.
Will.
Don't miss
It's
it.
not going to be on the picture.
Yeah, but definitely it wants to be widescreen. If somebody else has got it on a camera, that was a phenomenal catch. And Matty Potts picks up the important wicket of Ackerman, caught in the deep. He's gone for 52, and Leicestershire 140 for 7, and this is a huge over this now if Durham can squeeze them. As you hear the crowd giving Ackerman a well-deserved round of applause as he leaves the ground. New batsman is Dieter Klein, but he'll be at the non-strikers end as Parkinson is on strike, and he punches that one down the ground. It'll just be a single as Travascus tidies up. But Matty Potts is the beneficiary there of some fantastic work from Hanscom out there in the deep. He has 1 for 21. There's 3 balls remaining. Leicestershire 141 for Parkinson is on 2 not out. Dieter Klein just taking guard there. He's about to face his first ball. He was on the receiving end of some heavy hitting by the Durham boys the other night, so he's looking to give some payback as Potts charges in towards us here, and that one hits Dieter Klein on the pads and will dribble away for a leg bye. Great result there again for Durham. 142 for 7. 2 balls remaining.
Give you the bowling figures. Rain, none for 15 from 2 overs. Cars, 3 overs, 1 for 24.
Potts charges in again, high knees, bowls that one short. It's a play and a miss. This has been phenomenal, this from Potts this last over. 142 for 7, 1 ball remaining. Where Leicestershire were looking probably at 155, 160 just 10-15 minutes ago, and now struggling to get to 145.
Well, they're going to need a 6 to get to 148, which would be one off Bernard's suggestion. Rimington 1 for 31 from 4 overs. Cast 1 for 24 from 3. Short 2 for 23 from 4. Travascus 1 for 24 from 4.
Potts bowls another shot, and that might be a no ball. No, he's got away with it. It's a dot. Much to the disgust. And Leicestershire finished on 142 for 7 from their 20 overs. Durham requiring 143 to win at just over 7 and over. And Durham will be the happier of the 2 teams as they head towards the pavilion and the setting sun away to the west, with the lengthening shadows of the players, as there's high fives from the fielding team to each other there, because they've finished off that innings brilliantly well. As the ground staff come out, they've asked for the light roller. There's Mark Patterson, part of the ground staff.